Good morning, everyone. A very happy Friday morning from wet and drizzly and grey UK. This is Jo Burnett from Go Get Sober, and this is a short vlog about life sober and experiencing different aspects of life, different experiences, different situations, experiencing everything sober. And today is specifically about an experience I recently had, cat sitting for a few days for friends of ours in a house that was absolutely filled to the brim with booze. Let me just find a spot that I can sit that is going to be light enough. There we go. Is that better? So, cat sitting for friends of ours. They're very wealthy, these friends, and they have a massive house. And the house is very luxurious. It's 7 or 8 bedrooms. They've got a heated indoor swimming pool. So although we were doing them a favour, we actually really enjoyed ourselves while we were there. We had a great time. And the reason that I want to vlog about it is because before I became sober, if I'd have gone to that house, my focus and attention would have been completely on the booze. When we got there and we were sort of looking around and we were finding our way about and exploring all of the rooms, they've got a bar area, they've got 4 or 5 fridges. All of the fridges are filled with, they've got a fridge that seems to be completely dedicated to ciders and lagers. They've got a bar full of spirits. They've got loads of wines everywhere. Gin and tonics and wines used to be my favourite drink, my drink of choice. Now, if I'd have gone to that house when I was drinking, my focus, my energy, my thoughts, my attention would have all been towards the drink. And my eyes would have lit up. I would have felt like I was in Wonderland with all that booze around me. And although it wasn't my booze to drink, and I wouldn't have, would I, even in my worst days, would I have taken some of that booze? I don't know. I'm not sure. But being surrounded by all of that booze would have kind of given me permission, in some kind of unconscious way, would have given me permission to just let rip and to just drink. So this time, having that experience sober was completely different. And it was so much better. And it was as if my energy, my focus, my attention, my thoughts was not on the booze at all, despite the fact I was surrounded by it. I was walking from room to room and there was a crate full of wine, gathering dust. There was, like I say, lots and lots of booze in all of the fridges. But I wasn't giving any reaction to it. It wasn't like I was having a kind of revulsion. Oh my God, there's booze there. Oh yuck, shut the door. And it wasn't desire either. There was no cravings. There was no desire. It was like I was completely nonplussed. I didn't have a reaction to it. The most reaction I had was just simply noting. Oh, there's a fridge full of cider and lager. Oh, there's a crate full of wine gathering dust. And there were loads of spirits and stuff in the bar area as well. So I was surrounded by booze. And like I say, if I'd have done that same thing when I was drinking, my nights would have been brilliant. I would have, well, I say they would have been brilliant. They would have felt like they were brilliant at the time. I would have got drunk every night. I would have felt crap every day. This time round, my energy, my enjoyment, my attention was much more on the kind of daytime activities rather than the nighttime activities. So when I was drinking, I would have been looking forward to 6 o'clock or thereabouts, whatever time I'd kind of mentally set myself as drink o'clock. My energy would have all been on the night time and just sort of getting through the day and looking forward to that 6 o'clock in the evening when I could start to relax and I could start to enjoy myself and I could start to unwind with a drink in my hand. This time around, I just couldn't I couldn't wait to wake up in the morning. So I was waking up in the morning and it was all about the day. It was all about what we were doing, practicing our front crawl in the pool every day, having a splash about, doing some work. It was all about enjoying the time that we were there, enjoying the space, appreciating the little things like, you know, the lovely light coming through the windows, the space, the architecture, a lovely wooden table with matching chairs and the way the light fell on it and the way it felt, the texture of things. So kind of taking pleasure in those kind of simple things in life that when I was drinking, I wouldn't even notice, because my energy would have been on the drink and on when, you know, on 6 o'clock coming along. So it was a fantastic experience. It was a great time. We absolutely had a ball. We enjoyed our few days, and I was just struck by how much better life is sober, how much more I'm enjoying more of the time, more of the activities I'm doing, more of the things around me, more of the world around me. And in the days that I was drinking, it was almost like I was lying to myself, like, oh, you're going to have a really good time when you open that bottle of wine, or you're going to have such a good time when you can only enjoy this when you're drinking. You can only enjoy that film when you're drinking. You can only properly really enjoy this space when you're pissed. Which was all a lie. It was all a complete lie, because I'm enjoying things so much better now, sober. So yeah. This is really just to reassure you, if you're thinking about becoming sober, if you're already sober, if you're in the early days of being sober and you're still having to give some attention to drinking or to not drinking or whatever, or you find yourself in situations where you are surrounded by lots of booze and people drinking, and you're in the early days of being sober, and you're still having to give some thought and some attention to not drinking. You're actually having to think consciously about not drinking. The alcohol's still taking your attention, but you're, as I was in my early days, you're blocking it. Your attention is being taken, your energy is going in that direction, but you're kind of pulling it back. There's almost like a little bit of a battle going on. The unconscious part of you that's programmed yourself to drink wants to reach for the drink and wants your energy and attention to go to the drink. The part of you that's committed now to being sober is being steadfast and committed, and there's kind of a bit of tug of war between those two parts of you. So the conscious part of you wants to stop drinking, the unconscious part of you just wants to reach for the drink. And in the early days of being sober, that tug of war goes on between the two. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm reassuring you, if you're in the early days of being sober or you're thinking of becoming sober, as time goes on, and it might just be a couple of months for some people, it might be 6 or 9 months for others. For me, it was about, 8 or 9 months. You get to the point where you don't even think about drinking anymore. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. You could be surrounded by booze in some wealthy friend's house, or you could be going to a party or a wedding where everybody else is drinking. And you do get to that point where it's not an issue. You don't give it any thought. You just enjoy the experience for what it is. So reassurance is the point of this blog, reassuring you that life sober just gets better and better and better. And although the early days you might have to concentrate hard and really practice not drinking, and you're still thinking about drinking and how you're going to deal with not drinking, the further you go, the more you practice, the easier it gets and the less time you spend thinking about drinking, until you get to the point where you're not thinking about it at all. So, brilliant time cat sitting for my wealthy friends in their lovely house with their lovely pool and being sober while doing it. So for now, goodbye. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your day sober, or enjoy your day drinking if you're still drinking. And I will catch up with you soon. Bye.